It's a very difficult puzzle. Oh, he solved it!
Oh, there you go.
Excellent work.
Put in the right number of 4s and in the right rotation.
Yeah, against the O's. And we're going to be starting off with Sparring Ring.
Alright. There we go. Yeah, so okay. Twin Talon, Masango, and Sparring Ring should be pretty good. I think it'll be relatively even. I think Tame Dame's got a little bit of a easier time using Pillar.
Oh yeah, this stage is actually really nice for Pillar when you get them going.
Yeah, that too, for sure.
Starting things off. Tame getting the first hit and is immediately activating dance mode. And now, with the blue mask, he's already flying all over the place.
Oh yeah, he's got a strong start so far. Really just slamming and whamming Jack L whenever he tries to get some sort of opening.
That Nade and Mander, a pretty solid combo. I know a lot of Misangos actually use pretty similar loadout to that. Much like how it's common for a lot of aerial characters to play with Burchuck and Triblast in certain cases. It's pretty common for Misangos to go Nade or Roaster and a Mander, or a Toaster even.
Yeah, Nate's definitely a popular choice in that respect, and Glove and Mander is always a pretty good set. That's kind of you can be able to use in a lot of situations. Nade and Mander is definitely something that can put a lot of pressure, and so it kind of has to change your masks and whatnot.
Indeed. Looks like, Tame's holding on to this match really well, just patiently playing, recognizing that Jackal's really trying to play responsibly, and he's just capitalizing on it. Really catching him off guard with these grabs, getting some nice catches while Jackal's in the air, and is going to take the first round pretty confidently.
Yeah, seems to have a pretty solid idea of what to do. We'll see what Jack will switch it up with. He's going to switch up with a Parabola and Roaster. We'll see how that works. Might have an easier time maybe to go around the Pillar, depending on like that certain angle.
Maybe. I know the Parabola can generally struggle with big blocky entities though, so it might be a little bit more difficult for Jackal in this case. That said, Jackal doesn't really have too many options, as all of their options are very straightforward things. We have the Roaster here, we had the Chilla in the last round, and we've got a Parabola. Like, there's nothing with any too serious of curve that you can kind of plan to play around the Pillar. So Tame's just going to be able to safely block through a lot of attacks, and we're seeing that here with holding on to this massive health lead, and some of it just coming from taking advantage of the Pillar and Jackal not really being able to respond to it.
Yeah, that was a really good match from Tame Dame, just able to just kind of stand back and not really try to pressure too much and just kind of rely just on nade placements and where Jack was trying to go, maybe trying to get some sort of interesting angle, but Tame Dame kind of catch him, stuff like that.
Yeah, Tame was really on point with his accuracy, just constantly catching where Jack was wanting to go and just punishing those positions.
It was a very good job.
Ooh, this is a much more bitter tea. It's bitter and earthy, but if I put some lemon in it, it'd probably be a bit better. But it's still pretty nice.
Still pretty nice though, either way.
Yeah, I like it. I'll have to drink more to confirm my feelings, though.
There you go. At the very least, it could help wake you up. The bitterness and such.
Oh, I'm already naturally a very bitter person, so I'm not too worried about it waking me up.
Oh no. Looks like they're gonna go back to Sparring Ring, maybe? Looks like Dame's up.
So it looks like, yeah, we're going to be resuming the dance in the Ring of Spars. I wonder, noticing this pause, Jack's definitely looking at their loadout and potentially trying to come in with some new tools. That Lollipop that you talked about, looks like she's going to step into the ring.
Yeah, we might see some stuff. Lollipop's definitely going to of an ability, some abilities to really circumvent Tame's defense, but we'll just have to see how that pans out. We see a Tri-Blast. We could see some potential aerial attack shenanigans going on. Tri-Blast, so really seeing how this will work out.
The one thing that I'm worried about is Jack still has very straightforward arms. The Cracker probably being one of the widest ones that they'll be able to really utilize. But nothing quite beats out a wide grab, and Tame's just really pressuring the setup really effectively, as a single nade is just going to punch through all of Jack's attacks.
That is true. It's still going to be really good on Tame's part to just get some stuff rolling to try to bully out Jack's loadout. Right now, though, Jack's kind of putting up some good momentum, getting some good grabs. Almost gets a third one, manages to block the rush.
Yeah, this is a really nice chain. I'm expecting another grab. Yeah, there is another grab. Jack really just leaning into those grabs, just recognizing that he's kind of going to be beaten out in pretty much every occasion regardless of what he does. So he's just going for some of the more rewarding actions, and it's really messing with Tame's tempo and has allowed him to take a round.
Yeah, it's a massive switch up for sure, and it's also going to be some really hardcore conditioning as well for Tame to get used to. He's some sort of grab, so he maybe not be gonna be a lot more cautious about movement and guarding, which is gonna make him a lot more timid
and susceptible to all these pokes that Jacko's starting to throw out. That Cracker gonna rush or gonna connect. Tri-Blast not so much, but does get a bit of damage in there.
Yeah, it was helpful for at least just like providing coverage, just like pretty much everywhere in that stage. So it was really hard for Tame to really avoid that. Almost gets a nice long range grab from out far. Gets one here though, 150.
And another one just following it straight up. And now it's just kind of giving Jackal a taste of his own medicine here with just a bunch of these grabs.
Almost gets another one, but he gets bought by, looks like the Cracker there from the fire effect.
Yeah, got burned down.
Be pretty even so far. Tame's going to be a lot more careful with how he approaches. Jack, meanwhile, just needs one good opening for the rush. Doesn't quite find it. Gets a nice full 15 at the very end, though.
And is going to get a quick 1-2 compliment of the Cracker.
Yeah, that'll just about do it. I think that's gonna tie it up for Jack L here, 1-1 so far.
Indeed. Both players now equal on points. That Lollipop in the playstyle that Jack was just really going for really worked out well for him. Tame really could not keep that camera in focus to be able to keep track of those wide super jumps.
Yeah, for sure. Kind of leads me to think that we'll see a different stage this time. I don't think we'll be seeing kind of a second run back here on Sparring Ring. We might see something a little more open for sure. Maybe on Buster or Scrapyard or something like that.
Indeed. I'm also expecting Tame probably is going to try to change his loadout to have something that more effectively catches those dashes, those side dashes that Jack was really throwing out. Maybe putting the Slamamander aside and putting on something like a Boomerang would probably be really good, or one of the birds.
Yeah. Or I think Chakram could actually be pretty good too. If he manages to get Red Mask, get that higher girth, I think that could really cover some good options against Jack if he really wanted to.
I think I think you've got it. I think Chakram would be a really good choice. That said, there is also the possibility Jack will switch over to Twin Tail and just try to keep things difficult for Tame to guess.
You can never be too sure. Counter pick is like half of the game in the old mind games of ARMS, so never be
That's
sure.
it. He only needed 2 arms to take Jack L down the first time, which was the Nade and Mander. Likely he could easily swap the third arm out for Chakram, Rain, something along those lines, and that way he's got coverage for both matchups.
Yeah, looks like they're going back to Sparring Ring here this time. Seems like Tame Dame maybe has a different idea of what to do next against what Jack's been going with his different game plan.
And, oh yeah, no, he's not going for anything that we really considered, but Double Bub is a really nice choice.
Yeah,
And Oh, more so with that heavy mask.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be some boxing pressure for days. You see right now, it's already doing a lot. Really gonna just pretty much everything in boxing, and Jax is just gonna have to rely on a lot of side hop shenanigans and all that. So it's gonna be pretty difficult for Jack here.
Yeah, especially when he's just keeping up this pressure right here. That's a third time in a row that Jack L just got hit by one of his own explosions. Not too hefty of a rush, but Tame just keeping that tempo up in enough of a way, recovers quick enough that he's going to be able to safely punish that. The nade's just a little too slow.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the other thing, is that he can be able to recover a lot faster with whiffs. You saw that Jack was kind of punishing with grabs a lot of the time that Tame whiffed something, but for time just kind of fending off those counterattacks that way with double bub.
Indeed. And it's brought Jackal to switch back over to the Tri-Blast Popper, or Cracker. That said, those arms can especially struggle with something like Double Bub, where it's just like these giant boxing gloves that constantly will punch you down.
That is very true, yeah. I think for Jack with Lollipop, you can see Jack going way more on the aerial side, going way more sort of high hops and stuff, maybe to circumvent that boxing. So far it's not going too well. Tame just landing a pretty meaty rush.
Yeah, a lot of what Jack was really taking advantage of before was the fact that Tame's actions left him vulnerable and he couldn't just line himself up in time usually. But now that he's got two bubs, it's like he's never open. He doesn't leave himself exposed because he recovers quick enough that he can just quickly step aside and get a punish, where normally Jack was able to get those punishes himself.
Absolutely. It's gonna win him that game 2-1. Good job, team. Been moving on to round 2. Be waiting against Astro Ninja next on stream.
Yeah. We are going to have Jiko and Griff next on stream just to kind of have a bit of a dance of tempo. So it's not all the Tame all at once.
Absolutely.
We got a bit of variance going on here.
Yeah, this should be a pretty spicy match. Be really, really good. I know Chico's had a pretty good amount of skill against coils recently. I think he beat Dastardly in Central SmackDown a little while ago. So he's definitely has like a pretty coil plan figured out. We'll see if he can apply that to Griff, or if Griff will be able to switch to Saiyan Gang and try out something different.
Yeah. There. Griff's name is now proper and appropriate.
Very nice.
Yes. And we just... Oh, Chico's in here too, so I just need the two to do stage striking. Looking into how some of the other matches have gone. Of course, Griff took Tree down 2-0. Jiko took Spenjo down 2-0. And Astro took Elshards down 2-0. So we got the 2-1 match. And now we have Elshards facing off against Jack L. Spenjo facing off against Tree.
Alright, looks like, yeah, pretty, looks like it'll be a pretty cool losers bracket from there. And I'll have to face possibly some good runbacks and whoever go into losers up next. Now though, Chico and Griff, kind of excited about this one.
It's always exciting to see Griff play. The dude is amazing, and he usually has a lot of fun playstyles and techniques. That he's one of the most veteran players that well, maybe not veteran, but clearly like one of the best player. I genuinely would say one of the best players in the community. He just tends to have a lot going on that limits him and prevents him from really playing the way he wants to. A lot of challenges along the way, but when he's feeling it, the man is scary. He is a scary man in the battlefield when he's really all gears on like drive or words.
Yeah, it is very true. It looks like we're gonna see another little Masango, Lollipop, little matchup dealy going on here. Some completely different arms on these characters, though. Chico going with a somewhat usual set. Hydra, and this time he's got a Burchuck.
It's a relatively new set for me. I hadn't seen it until Central SmackDown. But he's been using this pretty often, I take it?
Yeah, I should guess so. I know he used it one time in another Scrapstar. I can't remember exactly when. I do remember kind of seeing it. And Griff, of course, got Coolerang and Toaster, definitely a good set to have just in general. I think it'll be a really, really beneficial set on the Sango as well.
Oh yeah. And even with that freeze, Griff gonna be able to punish just utilizing that red mask to prevent himself from getting interrupted. Just holding on to some exceptionally strong pressure, and it's just giving Jico a run for his money right now, as Griff is just doing the General Griff thing and being absolutely terrifying. Not even gonna use the Coolerang, just gets the KO off the the one half of the rush.
Needs the one arm. That's it. Yeah, he looks like his dash rates has been really on point first round. We'll see if Chico can be able to kind of mix it up a little bit. He's got the same arms going on. Griff gonna switch it up to double toasters.
Double toaster could be a little difficult for Jico, as that pillar saving Griff. And, oh gods, the punish.
A very nice punish. Gonna circumvent that Hydra rush really well. Go trying to get a little bit of control here.
That setup was just exemplary. Yeah, and right now Griff gonna dive in, tries to go for the rush. Jico gonna be able to safely block it. And both players just kind of sticking to about even on health, neither really giving too much of an advantage to the other. Jico's turn for rush is gonna come up soon. He might be a little more careful about it, as last time he got punished for 130 damage off that rush.
Very true. He's gonna have to find a better mark here. Looks like he's gonna get some sort of 50-50 setup. Got a nice grab here. Tries to throw something else out, but Griff kind of holding his own once again.
Yeah, Griff just kind of, even after this pressure, like, a lot of these attacks that Jico's landed, it's still kind of built up where both are just even now. Both ready with rush. Whoever throws it first will likely have to be the careful one, unless they both choose to go for it at the last possible minute. Rush very likely is going to determine, like, who's going to be moving on from, or who's going to take a round here.
Yeah, Griff trying to find that yellow mask. He might not be able to use it at this point. Griff, he's going to go ahead and use it now, and gets a good 290 damage rush. Not enough time for Chico to make a comeback, and that will leave game one to Griffical.
Just that last that read at the last moment, recognizing, okay, you threw out this Hydra, I'm going to parry the entire thing, and I'm going to read your movement, and I'm just going to land the full rush, and he takes the round because of that.
That was very strong. See where they will go next here. Actually, we're probably going to see some sort of set change from Chico. Usually, we haven't seen the rain come out yet, which is a little bizarre, given the matches we've seen from Chico in the past. So we're probably going to see it now, seeing Sango. So I think there's going to be a very high chance we'll see some sort of that classic Rang Hydra matches here coming up.
Jico almost had that. God, Griff is just scary.
Yeah.
He's just a scary man.
Just how he goes.
Right.
He still got it.
Looks like there are a couple of issues going on, just some latency, long distance dangers.
Oh yeah, it's like Canada, specific part of where Griff lives in Canada versus California.
Yeah, that's
So that might be a
quite
tiny
the
bit
ways
rough.
away.
Alright, looks like we're heading off to Scrapyard for our next one. Which I feel like could go to either player, honestly. I don't know if anyone has like a true like advantage on this stage. Just gonna depend on maybe the arms that they'll choose. Find out.
Find out right now in this current match that is happening right now.
We're starting to see something a little familiar in Chico's side. He's going to use the Tri-Blast and Chlorine combo for this. Going to switch up as well, though, with a Retorture. Something you don't usually see in tournament. He's going to try rocking it here.
I can actually see this working against this playstyle, as if he's got it shooting out while Jico makes that super dash, it'll kind of just stay on track and just chase Jico down, preventing him from really capitalizing on those light arms. It can really punish those dashes.
That is very true.
So far, though, both playing about at even. Jico did get a freeze, was not really able to capitalize on it earlier, and both kind of just going back and forth, trying to just find a couple of blows, with Jico just... I think they're tied up. Now Jico just barely holding on to a lead with compliments of these chip hits.
Yeah, Griff being pretty wise to try to just hop on the red mask while you could, recognizing sort of like how well Chico's set could do, potentially. Tries to get a rush here, might get a shield break, gets a deep...
Oh, there it is!
There.
Chose to hold on to the Retorture until he was 100% confident in that connection. And Jico finally gonna find a chance to go in for the rush. 385 on his part. Both players still incredibly close to each other, with only 10 seconds left on the clock. Could easily be a couple of hits that will make the difference here.
Yeah, Griff probably wanting to build as much rush as he can in the middle of this this match here. 0 seconds. Griff's gonna have the health lead, get that first round in.
Yeah, that just barely catching it out there. We're gonna see Griff actually make a change now. He's put the Retorture away. He's got a Chakram out. It's gonna be a lot safer for rushes and just catch those super dashes.
He's got that rush on toe now. You're recognizing that he could build it up really quickly. Jico's gonna have a rush of his own, but of course, yeah, there's gonna be a lot against him just with you know, rush advantage going to Griff and the yellow mask and toe and everything.
Indeed. But Jico starting off fairly strong, getting a couple of nice pokes, and is just keeping Griff away. Griff not really finding his way in to get too much more damage. Trying to find that moment now, but Jico's going to be able to safely block it. Once Jico's got you in his sights and he's got his distance, it's a very difficult match. That armor's going to really help him out, though.
Yeah, it's going to help him quite a bit. Chico with Rush, though, definitely kind of in the back of his mind of when he can be able to use it. Griff doing a good job, though, kind of keeping him at bay with his toaster, kind of zoning him out with those pokes. Float.
Did get a little bit of damage, but we are quickly closing in on 30 seconds. And there's a healthy health difference right here, more than 50%, and that's going to be a KO. Jico just deciding to go in and expend that rush, potentially out of fear of a last-minute heavy pressure coming in from Griff.
Yeah, I think he saw that Griff just got his rush the second time, and he didn't want to risk going for that pressure again, and just kind of went for it, at least to try to go clean out second round win.
But this is now a really tricky place for Jico, as Griff just has a rush ready. Oh, he's going to be able to get out of it, though. Safely blocks it out. And now it's just back to these trading blows, dancing between each other. Griff with a slight health lead, as he's going to get a couple of quick hits in with a charged toaster, and just continues to play this neutral game.
Yep, he's going to just keep boxing here. Not have to worry too much about any charged hits. The only real thing he has to worry about is the charged ring, but other than that, he can just stay in red mask and sort of keep boxing away.
And he's gonna get another rush ready before Jico's had a chance to use his. Gotta be careful, because if Griff lands that rush fully, that could potentially be a KO. Griff's gonna just take this, though. 295.
Didn't quite get the explosive finish there, so he doesn't get the optimal damage, but he will certainly take it. Going for that yellow mask. It's where you imagine the close range pressure is coming in.
Yeah. Griff starting to close in that distance, trying to weave in between these attacks, not get caught out by anything, especially that explosion, as that will just eat right through the yellow mask.
Yeah.
17 seconds left on the clock. Jiko's gonna have a rush of his own. He's gonna be able to safely, just barely gets caught out by it, as he does get things to connect, and is going to take the game.
Ah, really nice. I'm not quite sure if it was on purpose or not. If it was, that was very impressive, just to keep that, like, slope advantage in check, kind of shooting that tri-blast below the toaster to try to punch through.
Yeah. Possibly. I do know Jiko's definitely spent a lot of time labbing his loadouts, practicing, and really learning to master them. And we really see that in some of these plays where it might not have been 100% intentional, but it's like he's spent so much time learning how to utilize these tools that some of it's just going to happen naturally, which that's how you want it to be. That's how you want it to be in any game. You want to be able to get the combos right in 2D fighters or Smash Brothers. You want to be able to get those techs and recoveries. You want to be able to get like small adjustments that will give you the advantage, where you'll just be able to subconsciously be like, yes, this way it will go underneath the toaster and outrun it, which means that I get the hit and I win.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll contingency stuff like that. Just kind of like, and also covering as many options as possible. It's something we see a lot from Chico.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool.
Alright, heading into our decisive match. We are going to be heading to Mausoleum once more.
Yeah. It's a pretty good match. Pretty good map for Griffs, considering he's got some really good momentum here.
He was able to get some exceptional plays here, and just really solid defensive setups.
With the slightly different loadout yet again, going might see a little bit of some Biffler action.
Looks like he's gonna want to start with the Biffler here. That could be a really tough thing for Chico to play against. It's gonna be a little bit easier to box when it's charged, but when it's uncharged, it's just a wall of, just a barrage of attacks that can be exceptionally difficult for Chico to really keep up with.
Kind of what we've been seeing with Griff, kind of going that sonar tactics with the red mask, just having to keep him at bay with those dash reads and Biffler. It's going to be really rough for Chico to get some sort of hit in.
Yeah, especially whenever he gets hit by a charged Biffler. As we just saw, it blinds him, making it so much more difficult for him to get his own reads or setups.
Absolutely.
Chico does have to be... Oh no, Chico still has the Tri-Blast, so he does have those explosions, so if Griff chooses to throw on the Yellow Mask, he still has options to really catch him off guard. And that's one of the things that a lot of Yellow Mask users do have to be careful of, is just the fact that if your opponent puts on the right tools, or they're just aware that you're really hungry for a rush, they can capitalize on that, and we've seen that with a lot of these matches already, where Griff throws on the Yellow Mask, Chico just plays really safe and smart and denies Griff any opportunity to close in the distance like that.
Yep.
And then he just can't use his rush at all because it's just been removed from him.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier for Chico to sort of kind of use his usual game plan against like Blue Mask, Griffical here rather than Red. Just being able to cover all of those dash options. He gets a really nice rush here, 375. Don't think Griff's gonna do much here. Does a little bit of a dance before gets hit by one last Tri-Blast this round. Chico will take the lead.
And is now just one win away from making it to the winners finals.
Absolutely. Griff not too far off either though. He just needs to make some really, really solid plays, which is no doubt he is capable of doing so. Well,
starting off pretty strong with the armor just safely blocking through that explosion. Just making some really nice calls here and there. That Phoenix definitely helping him out so far.
Phoenix, another really popular set on the Zongo, just in general, just really helps kind of with his overall usual game plans. We're seeing that right now. It's really good against Chico's particular playstyle too.
That said, Chico just starting to get a lot of chip hits in there. A lot of heavy players just, are just so confident and comfortable in being under fire that sometimes they forget that they're losing hundreds of health each of these chip hits.
Right.
And just are actually losing out in some exchanges while playing safely.
Right now, he's pretty confident and he's making sure he's not getting hit too much. Gets hit by that grab though, 180.
That's going to put Griff in a slight lead. We are getting close to the timer though, which means that it very likely could be a rush that can determine this, especially a confirmed like that opportunity, 320 damage.
Griff's definitely
Griff just
look forward to just staying back on this one, really trying hard to just keep himself at bay. Gets a token at the very end, ties it up.
He's got to be careful though now, because Chico has a very solid rush advantage here and can quickly just kind of like dive straight in, get some strong damage if Griff isn't playing carefully.
Absolutely.
We're seeing Griff immediately recognizing that himself. He's going to go on and throw the yellow mask to quickly charge up as much rush as possible.
Chico might have to land that rush as soon as possible before it gets any sort of a risky rush pressure, but he gets the rush right here. Griff is going to have to... Scary stuff. Land the rush. Doesn't quite land it, though.
Does get a couple of chip hits in, though, but that's not really going to be enough to really keep him in that lead. Chico just needs to close in the distance and kind of force something out of Griff to really get a nice rush.
Yeah, he's just trying to find some sort of opening for that rush, but he just can't quite find it. He's kind of just a little bit further away from his grasp than he'd like it to be.
Oh, and the punish! Just thought he had the moment there, but Griff was so ready for that. He just immediately leapt out, and now that damaged arm that Chico was trying to capitalize on is gone. Chico in critical health, and Griff ready with the rush. This is probably it, and just in one play, one successful counter, Griff immediately takes full control of this match and is able to take Chico down.
Very nice. Not giving Chico a chance to sort of recover from that, just kind of going full ham from there and just kind of being able to just clutch it out. Really nice job to Griff. We'll be moving on to...
Yeah, Griff gonna be moving on to the winter finals. We will have our next match though, which is going to be Tame Dame facing off against Astro, which I'm doubtful this is going to be a Lola Misango matchup because so far that's all we've seen on stream.
Yeah, might be. Yeah, we're gonna see Astro play as Misango probably.
Looks like we are going to be starting this next match off with Mausoleum. Or Beach. Beach.
It's your beach.
Yeah. The two already set things up beforehand. They were anticipating it.
Be nice.
And we'll just get them in. Oh, Tame's already in. Just need Astro in here. That's
like both of the boys are here.
Yes, both players ready to step in, get some good matches going on.
Indeed. Got a Bite and Bark badge on. Might assume that we might see a little bit of some Bite and Bark action. Possibly.
I do know that Astro's been really diving into Bite and Bark and trying to figure out how to play him.
It looks like we're going to see that right now here against Tame Dame's Min Min.
Tame wanting to go all in on this match. He's going to start straight off with Min Min. Just looking to try to have a strong entrance, a strong play.
He's got some really strong B&B killer arms here. He's got Tribal he's going to use in the very first round here. And just Bub to just sort of deflect any sort of pressure that comes his way.
Yeah, beyond the lockjaw, this pretty much denies Astro of pretty much all of his abilities and attacks. The Tribal gonna outbox the Popper. The Bub also just gonna have an easy time kind of punching through that thing. So just constant boxing pressure is probably gonna allow Tame to get some good damage in and a strong lead. But so far, Astro starting off just getting some nice opportunities and utilizing that rush well is going to bring both players to about even on health.
Yeah, that Popper usage is really just kind of doing a good job to keeping Tame in check with what he's trying to do right now. He's not trying to pull away too much. That being said, though, Tame kind of pulling off some good 1-2s and check as well.
Oh, he's gonna take another heavy rush. Even without utilizing his rush, though, Tame's still exceptionally close to Astro on health. And not going to be able to connect it as Astro just safely blocks the full majority of it.
And he'll get one last hit here with the Popper after that little rush avoidance to take the lead here in this first game.
Just a couple of really nice rushes on Astro's part. He was fully capable of capitalizing on those opportunities, and Tame was just not ready to be able to get out of the way of them.
Absolutely, yeah. Lots of the arm usage in general is just doing a really good job of kind of negating what Tame's trying to do.
Indeed.
Just a lot of the time.
Recognizing what Tame wants to do in this match, and then Astro's just kind of capitalizing on it, punishing it, setting things up with bite. Gonna get a win confirmed here. He's gonna not be able to KO off of it, just kind of a little too close, so that Popper just not able to connect at all. But he is looking for only a single more hits, and is going to be able to take it.
Right there, yeah. Good coverage on the Popper. He's gonna finish off this first game 1-0 for Astro here against Tame Dame.
Just, yeah, once Astro figured out what Tame was really trying... Well, he was trying to figure out for the most of the fight, but just whenever he had rush, he would just be like... He would be able to know just how Tame was wanting to move, how to set up, and he would just punish it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, really good awareness from there.
Indeed.
See what they'll pick as the next stage.
Let's see, where do I think Tame would want to go? I'm guessing Tame's going to want to try to pick a close range stage. Seeing the ban, I'm thinking Mausoleum or Sparring Ring, potentially.
Yeah, I think he's definitely looking for a chance to go on Mazo. I feel like Astro might have banned it already, but that definitely would have been a fantastic stage for him. Plus, it's also just a stage to really counter themselves in general.
And it looks like it was opened, so Tame Dame gonna take that opportunity. And we will be stepping into Mausoleum for our next match.
Right? Go do it. See what we've got.
And out comes the Misango.
His natural
Chat,
at the Mausoleum.
Chat all excited about Misango. Yeah. Oh, there's such an epic bird that could come from that. His natural habitat, because he was dead for so long, and just recently he was brought back to life in the competitive scene of ARMS.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Exactly where my mind went. And that.
Oh.
Yeah, looks like Tame Dame's got a bit of a different arm situation, the Hydra and Mander. I can say from experience, this is a really good set to use against Bite and Bark. At least as Kid Cobra. I don't know how much better it will work on Misango, but it'd still be really good just to make him kind of cancel out of bouncing on Bark. And just kind of using the Mander to guide his movement a little bit.
It looks like it's working out pretty well so far, as Tame holding on to the slightest of leads. Gonna get caught out by another rush from Astro, though. Just so on point with these things. Not necessarily always getting the most damage off of them, but he is landing them for a decent amount.
He always manages to find his mark for sure, which is kind of always the big thing, at least changing the pace of the match.
Yeah, because once you've successfully landed it, it just forces your opponent so far back. Astro, though, feeling a lot of pressure, speaking of which, but he's gonna get knocked down by uncharged popper pokes.
Yeah, he saw a blue mask come up and thought immediately, yeah, what if I pop her? And just, that was really did the job there at the end.
Astro just thinking to himself at that moment, what if I shoot Popper here and he accidentally super dashes into it? Let's try and find out.
To do that.
And it just so happens to work out the way he was thinking.
Reads.
Out goes the trampoline, and now an open field for both players to kind of be forced to play a lot more defensively. Tame not going to be able to effectively close the gap as well. And that's going to give Astro a little bit more freedom to get onto Bark when he finds the opportunity. But he's going to see a chance to just go in for Rush. Gets 385.
Real meaty. Of course, as we're seeing here with the trampoline, it's going to be a little bit harder for Bark to do his thing. Ash will have to be a little bit careful about guiding Bark where he needs it. He needs him and stuff, but too bad he's got a very slight health lead, or he's working with so far.
Indeed. And considering how consistently he's been landing these rushes, if he throws out this rush, it very likely will take Tame Dame down unless he gets that armor or something set up to save himself.
Yeah, we see Tame Dame trying to go for Yellow Mask, doesn't quite get that insurance he needs. You can tell Astro's really looking for an opportunity to close this out.
And there goes that shield. Yellow Mask is vulnerable to explosion still. Doesn't matter how good of a shield it is, explosion will still get through there. And that rush finally comes out, closing things down. Astro will be moving on to face off against Griff, and will be continuing his Bite and Bark Misango matchups.
There you go.
Surely Cold can relate accidentally dashing into hits at 90 kilometers an hour.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, that is me. That is me in a nutshell.
Mechanica does that quite a bit as well with her big, long dashes. Just kind of swings right into a punch. You're like, oh god, I made a terrible decision here.
Yeah, you just dash just like to the right or something with this heavy force, and then you just get hit in the face and 3 backflips or something crazy. Too much. I'm glad there's not like any weird momentum like mechanic where like the faster you go into a punch, the harder it hits.
That would be kind of interesting, but I feel like that would just work out really weirdly in the end.
That would not be good for me at all, for sure. I don't think Cobra in general, I think, would be just, and I don't want that to happen.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Oh, they both came in at about the same time. I didn't even see who entered in first.
Yeah, so we got Griff and Astro both using their own sort of different mains. Of course, they both are pretty experienced with Coil, so if push comes to shove, we might see a Coil Ditto show up, but I see a pretty interesting kind of a low-tier matchup, Misongo versus Bite and Bark. Too often.
And two very proficient utilizers of these two characters.
Yeah, very true. Especially not in like winners finals or whatever.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, that is a very interesting thing to note. We have I mean, it is a smaller bracket. There's only 8 people who were able to make it, but still, Misango in 2 Misangos in semifinals, and a Bite and Bark and a Misango in winners finals.
Yeah, it's a crazy world we're living in. Version 5 days pop up.
That's the interesting thing about the Scrapstar series is like it's smaller events and there's a lot of NA ARMS players. It's just most of them don't regularly have the time, abilities, interest, so on and so forth to participate in these events to a regular degree. So we usually see like a new collection of people every time, and it just means that there's always different results.
Yep. It's not quite the same old necessarily, and that's something that's kind of cool.
Indeed. We see that a lot just even with our commentators, usually me on my own. Sometimes I've got you here.
Every once in a while, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Heading into this match, though, Astro gonna choose to go in with Dr. Quill, just gloves right on, right from the get-go, is looking to deal as much damage as possible.
Yeah, he doesn't want to play any games here against Griff. Knows that he's probably a pretty worthy opponent that he can just doesn't want a chance. He just wants to go kind of like his the best character with the best arms and all that.
Indeed.
Take any chances.
So far, though, Griff holding on to a light lead here, just kind of catching all these little opportunities to get pokes. But Astro finally finding a chance to slip right in with a solid overhead grab. And now that pressure is really on Griff.
Ooh.
And that confirmed right into a strong rush. Now just looking for a final hit to take Griff down.
Seems some dangerous pressure from Astro right now. Griff kind of on the magic pixel, gets hit by that nade. At the very end, that'll be one round for Astro.
And forces the double gloves on Griff's end. We've got ourselves a boxing match going on right here as the Scully even comes off.
Now we're gonna see maybe a slight advantage just because with Astro and Toaster and all that. Might do a little bit better against double nade, but we're definitely gonna see a lot of gloves kind of flying out, clashing with each other.
A lot of safe boxing and just poking, trying to find their way in. And so far, Griff gonna hold out slightly in lead. Finds an opportunity to leap right over. Astro does get a couple of hits in, but is not able to, just based on that movement, fully connect for the full damage as he had to back off so that he wouldn't get taken out by Griff's rush.
A really interesting rush exchange. Griff.
Griff just really handling this well, just
nade.
preventing... Yeah. He's just really effectively making sure that Astro's not able to get those charged hits in. And he's gonna safely dodge this rush. Astro not even gonna choose to go for that shield chip damage. Doesn't want to give Griff any more rush than necessary.
Yeah, that was a really good decision on Griff's part, going with that grab clash, so he can have enough time to retract his arms and dash away and all that. Give him enough time to block. Right now, he's got the health lead. He can very much choose to stay back if he wants to, but with that rush in tow, knowing that he can have a little bit of insurance on his side. Astro, though, with a rush of his own. Right.
Oh, Astro gonna get the punish there! And that's gonna be enough for Astro to take the first game, just by a little bit.
A really good patience from Astro at the end, just waiting at the very last second to find some sort of opening.
What the heck was I doing with scores?
Oh, I don't know.
There we go.
There we go.
I had somebody with a score of -3, and then the other person with a score of 3.
Oh. Well. Really accurate, but here we go. So we got it fixed. Astro Ninja up 1-0.
This is a best of 5, so we are going to see a lot more out of this than just this match and potentially next one. There's still, at the very least, one more where Griff can potentially figure out what he's wanting to do, how he's wanting to counter this Dr. Quail, and to come out on top.
Absolutely. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna go DNA next. Griff still sticking with the Masango. Not gonna quite go into the Coil territory, at least not just yet.
Griff's generally not too much of a fan of bringing out his big guns. Once he gets them figured out, once he understands them, he's generally a lot more content to play characters that the community generally sees as lower tier. He finds them to be a lot more fun and a lot less stressful for himself to play. He's usually playing to enjoy himself for the most part anyway, so it kind of just works out well for him.
Sure. Yeah, we got a bit of a different arm situation. Griff gonna use a Mandarin nade this time. Maybe kind of a little more coverage against Astro's movement. A lot of glides going on Astro's part. Maybe see if Griff can be able to counter those in any way.
Oh, there's a nice catch right there. Griff getting 150 damage. Astro holding on to a light lead here, though. Just not really being able to capitalize on his rush, but he's going to quickly build up another one as he's just constantly dashing back and forth and just throwing out the wave after wave of attacks, really preventing Griff from finding a way in to get these attacks, punishes, and so on and so forth.
Quite able to land the rush. Astro will be able to just carry all that pressure, always making sure he stays just close enough so that he can go to capitalize on any sort of whiff Griff makes. And here, but Griff, and then follow up nade afterwards.
And just definitely dodging out of the way of those attacks. Griff now holding onto a light health lead with 15 seconds left on the clock. Astro needs a couple of hits to be able to bring this back. Unless Griff just gets another hit, in which case, I'm pretty sure that would cement it right there. This is Griff's round. Astro can't do anything here.
All he needs to build rush. Does a little bit of a dance because he knows the situation he's in. Griff will tie it up in the second game.
Now Griff switching over from the Mander. I believe he's switching over to Hydra here just in response to the fact that pillars aren't there anymore. Doesn't need it.
Very true. Hydra can just kind of roam around freely as it needs to. Provide any sort of dash reads along with the nade as well.
Sees a moment to go in, but Astro, really capitalizing on Coil's movement, is just able to safely step out of the way of that attack. Tries to go in for a grab punish, but the pillar just saving Griff. And Griff gonna leap right in. Gets a very accurate punish right there for 80 damage.
Yeah, good stuff. Leading in with the Hydra, making sure that at least one bullet will make it through in case both of them get blocked out by the glove rush. Find some sort of opportunity to put on a mask here.
Both players are playing very patiently. Even Astro, like, while he's on the aggression right now, just keeping Griff locked up on the wall. He's constantly pausing just to try to check to see what Griff might be cooking up. Because Griff constantly is just catching him off guard here, there, and everywhere. Getting just caught by so many deadly punishes.
Absolutely. Yeah, Griff's kind of keeping his cool so far. He's kept his cool long enough to get rushed. He's got his yellow mask form.
But now he's just got to find his way in, closing that distance to get it to fully connect. And finds that opportunity, lines it up perfectly for the 350. Now he's got to be careful of Astro just landing the rush. That's going to be a safe shield. Has to block another handful of attacks. Gets the shield there, and that's it. No, it's not!
No, that's not it.
One more toaster!
Oh. Yeah, right over the pillar, that last jab went. And made contact with Grifficle. Gotta tie it up.
Griff was just so scared of the grab there that he just chose to jump and it left him exposed.
He probably thought for sure that pillar was enough, maybe coverage, and then, you know, you forget it's coil. You got coil movement up there to.
Yeah, you gotta be careful of Coil's movement. Griff so far holding onto a light lead, utilized the yellow mask very efficiently just to build up some rush, but he's not able to utilize it yet. Where Astro does have his ready and he's trying to find his way in.
Yeah, Griff not staying too frantic with his movement, making sure to only dash when he knows for sure Astro has made a commitment with Coil to be able to kind of tries to go for a rush. Astro blocking, tries to go for a counterattack, doesn't quite work out, lands 240 damage for Griff.
And now Griff just a little bit away from taking Astro down and holding on to a 50% health lead. But that's quickly going to go away after 3 quick blows and a charged toaster. Astro bringing it back before I could even finish my sentence.
A nice grab from Griff. Just needs one more hit to be able to clean this out. Astro almost with another rush. He'll just need one rush to be able to clean it out here if he finds the opportunity.
And he's definitely trying to force that opportunity for himself. But he's going to get caught out by an uncharged nade. Griff bringing the score to 1-1.
See some really even games from here on out, something tells me.
Just a reminder for anybody who is interested, be sure if you see a cool moment, make sure you clip it. Clips are cool.
Flips are very cool.
Gotta highlight those awesome moments.
The awesome moments
just-
and the out of context situations. Both are very welcome.
And just a quick update on the lower brackets. Jico taking L Shards down 2-0. Thanks again for participating and competing, L Shards, and congrats on the position.
Yeah, very nice. You look like you're still going at it. Winner of that will face Chico in the loser semis.
Indeed. Back onto this, though, it looks like Griff's chosen to throw back on the Mander, and Astro's chosen to just go all in with Roasters.
Yeah.
The true weapon of Dr. Coil.
Not want to mess around here at all. Just wants that pure extension to kind of catch Griff on whatever it is he's trying to do.
So far, though, Griff getting a lot of nice reads and just getting a couple of strong punishes here. Going to almost punish Astro, but he's going to get caught full out by the rush, taking 280.
Yeah, and you can see, you know, of course on this stage, still a lot more conducive to what Astro tried to do on DNA. Just keep Griff in the corner the entire time and just overwhelm him with all of this pressure. Look at
So far, Griff continuing to keep his cool, and he's going to land the rush. This is the round for Griff.
clutching it out really nicely. Gonna finish with that rush.
Starting to figure out what he wants to do to get these rushes to connect. As for the first while, it took him all. He missed like pretty much every rush, but now that we're starting to see, like, moving into the 5th, 6th round in these matches between these two, he's starting to figure out where he wants to land those rushes again to get them to really connect and deal some intense damage. Astro gonna see a moment to go right in for rush, gets a successful connection for 280. And is going to hold on a pretty dominant position this time around.
Absolutely. Gets a nice grab here, recognizing that opportunity. It's kind of like what I really like about watching Griff here against this matchup. He kind of knows for sure on like when he knows punch coil. Usually see people try to throw something out anytime you see any sort of attack, but he's just staying very patient right now. So kind of really just watching out for any sort of real chance of a possible attack, just like that one. Grab through the pillar.
And if he gets just a single hit more, that his rush might be able to KO right now if he gets the full hit.
Possibly. Yeah, if he gets
Astro,
some sort of confirm or something.
Actually, he might have had a confirm right there off of that Mander as Astro took some time to fall. But he's gonna find that chance here instead and brings the score 2-1 in his advantage.
Really nice.
Buster Beach not working out at all in the way that Astro was likely hoping for.
Yeah, definitely not. I think it definitely worked real well in a lot of different situations in those rounds, but I think Griff kind of adapted really nicely, and it just wasn't really what Astro expected.
The truest threat here is the fact that Griff, he was born in the coil, molded by the coil.
Exactly.
Astro merely adopted the coil.
He only adopted it. He's just a faker.
I found you, faker!
That's it. This is pretty much the reenactment of Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic vs. Shadow.
Oh
Stacking
god,
and all.
this is so intense. We got... Wait, Griff is the purple Masango, that's closer to Shadow.
I mean, that's true, but I mean, Astro's the edgier character. So, I mean...
Does this mean that Sonic the Hedgehog was really the faker the whole time?
Fan theories were true after all.
Oh no.
No. Well, Game 4 comes out here. Griff kind of with the similar stuff with double nades. He's gonna use them to really keep Astro in check. Astro gonna come out with Tri-Blast and a little bit of an easier time catching Griff on those side dashes.
But it is making him a lot more vulnerable to just a lot of Griff's punishes and attacks, as now he doesn't have two medium arms to consistently box out with Griff.
Absolutely.
Griff taking advantage of this mask. He's just going in for the pressure, but that explosion, we saw it before, it's going to happen again. Astro quickly blasting Griff aside.
That's just showing really good control right now. Make sure Astro doesn't get a single chance to approach.
Almost lands the punish on
That
there.
was really saucy.
That was like a perfect attempt too. Like he instinctively did that as soon as he saw the rush happen. He's like, I'm leaping this way. I'm throwing out a grab. You're not gonna catch me.
Absolutely. Very saucy, man. Astro, 6 seconds on the clock, trying to find something. Anything out here, though. Just have to build rush. Gets hit by that charge nade at the very end.
And now Griff, one win away from making it to grand finals, and just reminding us all to respect Misango.
Respect the boy. This is pretty much like best character versus worst character at the moment. So Griff's definitely sending out a message right now.
Just a strong reminder, like how, like I know a lot of people who talk about how they're like, oh, I understand this, everything makes sense, this is just how it is. But this is just such a clear reminder of how little this community still kind of knows and understands a lot of these characters, a lot of these matchups, a lot of playstyle and what you need to do. Because as we're currently seeing right here, what people consider one of, if not the worst character, is completely decimating what's by definition one of the best, if not the best character. And these are two very confident players who just understand what they're doing. So if tier lists were to be anything like reliable to just work with, Quail should have got like a 3-0 sweep against Griff.
Absolutely.
Oh, a solid block there.
Nice. Griff really staying very patient right now. Tries to go in once again. Find some sort
Gets the blast. That was also a rush confirm he could have went for.
Yep.
Just a little too focused on playing safe. Astro going to be able to safely block that. He needs some damage. He's not gonna. He has to get the rush. That's his only option.
Yeah.
But Griff would just shield it, so Astro's gonna let him take this and move on. 3-2-1 on the scoreboard.
Really good stuff from Griff. Good adaptation. Gonna put him up in the winner's side of Grand Finals.
Where's your tier list god now, fellow gamers?
It's fallen. You put your insane gangs in chat.
Let's get some Masangane in chat.
In there.
I mean, anybody who's a subscriber to this channel can also add in a fancy little emote to go alongside it. The Fury of the Misango. On the note of Twitch emotes, shout out to D3 Gaming for the 11th month in subscription with Twitch Prime.
Ooh.
Misango is looked. Griff, be careful what you say. If you say that, people will start believing you. If you keep doing this, Misango might become high tier, which means that you can't play Misango. I've talked to Griff about this before. This is a constant problem. He finds a character, he really likes that character, he makes them look really good, people start wanting to play that character, and then that character becomes high tier, and then Griff can't play him anymore because they're too high tier. Switching back to Mummy, there we go.
There we go. We should switch back to Mummy.
So it looks like lower round 2 did finish. Tame Dame was able to take Tree down. They did not update the score, so I'm just looking to see if they can hopefully get that fixed up. Yeah, Griff caught Misango fever. Tame Dame, you've done something terrible. You've made Misango high tier. Griff, Siki only final destination. Yeah, there we go.
Final destination, Misango only. Only pillars.
Except Tame wants him to be high tier. Well, that's the problem, Griff, is that you let him convince you to play Misango. He wants Misango to be high tier, and he's getting that to happen by pulling you in to play with as Misango. No, please, Griff!
Quitting all fighting games.
No, Griff, you know what? if you're done with ARMS, there's this new game that I've been getting into recently. It's called Guilty Gear. There's actually a community in Alberta. You should check it out.
Nice, Guilty.
If you're gonna move on, you stick around with me in Guilty Gear.
Oh, wow.
There's some medium low tiers.
Yeah, you have all the medium low tiers you want.
Alright, Tame got it updated, so we'll get things rolling again.
Oh no, he's trying to find a game that doesn't have a meta. That might be a little difficult.
I can tell you a game that I don't think has a meta. Suckapon for the Famicom.
There you go.
At least it doesn't in North America because there's no English version of it. You're playing... Griff, let's go. Let's play Celeste. You know what? Screw this tournament. I'm done. Let's play some Celeste. I'm so down for this.
The true way. You guys
I actually...
I
actually snuck in some Celeste in the Chance of Flurries.
Huh?
Yeah. It was... Just in between the ARMS brackets, there wasn't really much going on, and we couldn't really pull in any other matches from any other games. So I just started playing Celeste on the stream.
Yeah.
It was good.
Oh man. Celeste is always a good time.
That game is amazing. I'm probably not going to be getting into anything too far from here. Or in terms of new games, I'm probably gonna casually play Celeste from here on as I'm working on Golden Strawberries.
Ooh.
The other two are Tame. Griff, you're forgetting about the fourth person to leave. Or does she only count as half a person?
I don't know. The other two are tamed, so I don't know where the math checks out.
Malika, oh no! I mean...
Oh. Well... This is so. How'd this develop?
This is this is quite the development. Commentators completely silenced.
That's how you silence commentary. Finals is now a silent match here because. Just too dazed.
By the way, for anybody interested, Elshards is looking to start up a friendly lobby. Ping him in Planet Scrapstar or message him in the stream chat if anybody's interested in doing a friendly lobby with him. We're not done with the tournament yet, but if you guys want to just have like a friendly lobby off stream, you're more than welcome to. In fact, I would encourage it.
There you go.
Actually, hang on. I do have a unique channel called Arms Channel Twitch that is a part of this channel too. If you just go up and click the rooms button, that channel, I guess, technically is set up in a way that you guys could do friendlies if you'd like.
It's an interesting idea.
Oh god, so what else could Griff... I'm so I was really hoping Griff would be able to make it to this Chance of Flurries. Didn't work out. It was still a cool event. I'm looking forward because we're gonna make it happen eventually. I want him to check out one of these locals. And as things are slowly growing with the community too, I think I've actually got a couple of people who are like genuinely interested in ARMS. One guy's picked up Dr. Coyle, and he literally was like, what's one of the highest tier characters? I was like, Dr. Coyle. He's like, okay, I'll try her.
Yeah.
And he picked her up. He played with her a bit. He's like, you know, she feels really nice. I think I'll play that. First to 30, Malik vs. Griff local, Misanga only. What happens to the loser? We have to make an agreement on something. It doesn't have to be anything serious. It could be something silly like, so Malik has to dab on stream, or I don't know.
To watch They have to watch the other eat a pear. Just in front of them.
Oh gods. Yeah, the winner. I'll bring a pear, and the winner gets to eat it.
Yeah, there you go, and the loser has to watch.
Yeah, you just have you no words, no communication. You just have to sit there and watch them eat the pear.
See the succulent
The win.
taste.
Oh,
pear.
I like that. I like Griff's choice as well. That's a good one too.
Yes, the Twitter. Always a good choice. Alright, heading into this match here, we got Tame and Chico, Misongo versus Lollipop. Both players kind of rocking the Tri-Blast at the moment. Chico with his usual cool ring, and Tame gonna use the bub here. Starting off strong for Chico right now with Rush and health lead. Thought he had a good confirm, but doesn't quite land it there. Really good start.
Oh yeah, Chico is just on fire right now. Tame really cannot keep up, and that's a perfect that we're gonna be starting this round off, this set with.
Starting off really strong. Chico must feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, that's a pretty confident start. Tame's definitely got some good plans. He's got some good ideas. I can definitely see him bringing it back. But that's just gotta feel good for Chico. Just a real morale boost right there. Just be like,
Definitely helps with the mentality, at least in some way. Tame's gonna switch up the arms, go for the chakra. He's gonna go red mask, try to flex with that girth.
but Chico able to just slip right out of the way, and is gonna keep himself in pretty solid health. But
Oof.
Tame disarming both of his arms.
That was deliberate. That was very dirty and cruel punishment there from Tame.
Chico just forced to sit there and watch as a 180 grab comes in at his face.
It confirmed from Chico, gonna land 365 on top of the Tri-Blast explosion. Dealing some hefty
1 point of damage for every day of the year.
There you go, that's it. As long as it's not Leap Day.
Oh yeah, we do have to keep that in mind, I guess.
Fine. It doesn't exist usually. What is Leap Day?
It's a leap of faith.
Leap of faith. That's what you have to make of it.
Yeah.
Tame.
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's fine. Tame, although with a kind of a significant health lead for Chico, is kind of flexing with that rush a little bit. Gonna deal out 185, not quite able to land the full thing. Camera's just a little bit too close.
And he's gonna get disarmed. Some bitter vengeance for Chico as his finishing blow renders Tame immobilized for the clown to hunt down her prey.
There you go. That's it. 1-0 for Chico. The clown preying on Misongo in her natural habitat in Buster Beach.
That's where clowns go, right?
Yeah, there you go, in the beach.
Generally?
Yeah. I think that's it. They prey on other people with their stereotypical it clown scariness.
Cat noises,
Cat noises. You can
triangular shapes and little small things like that.
yeah,
Chico going to ban Temple and Vina just out of spite. There's just a lot of not niceness that is going on currently.
really mean stuff so far.
Just so mean-spirited, all of these people.
Yeah, I think that double dismemberment of the arms followed by that grab we saw really sparked some sort of tension.
Yeah, there's real tension in the battlefield. It was basically like taunting in Smash Brothers. And then Chico got his own taunt to KO Tame later on in the match.
Very disgusting stuff.
And Chico is screaming in the Discord channel. Some angry people's going on.
He saw sparring ring. I think his eyes just filled with red, and he just started screaming, and it's not a pretty sight.
But what will be quite a beautiful sight will be the match that's coming up right away. as as Tame Dame is going to be facing off against Chico in the close, tight-knit stage known as Sparring Ring.
Indeed. We saw that Chakel versus Tame Dame that, Lollipop usually does better on this stage, but Tame Dame maybe has something sort of up his sleeve. He's got the Chakraman Triblast set up, so could definitely be some hardcore close range pressure on hand. Easier for him.
Yeah, those two arms could definitely help him out. I think once he threw on the double bubs, it really gave him an advantage against Jackal. And Bob Chakram can definitely work out pretty well here too, especially if he finds a moment to get that red mask on.
Absolutely.
As a lot of what Chico's already doing here, as we can see, is just like zoning, safe play, trying not to get too caught up in things, trying to poke him down, and it's working really well in Chico's favor so far, with Tame just slightly behind.
Absolutely.
A nice grab!
Yeah, really good shield read there from Chico. Kind of putting out a significant health lead at the moment. Just really making sure he can do really well and to cover whatever movement Tame Dame's up to.
Yeah, just covering that wide range of movement with just shots of the Tri-Blast, and then the Cool Rain trying to catch Tame's dodge out of the way of that. And it's allowed him to just put himself in a position where he's just looking for a little bit more damage, and that rush is going to be enough. Chico taking a round and is now one round away from moving on in brackets to face off against Astro.
Be moving on potentially. See what Tame Dame will be able to come up with. He's got the red mask. He's got some really good girth to work with those arms. Really not a good place for Chico to be in right now.
No, especially since the stage just has so many corners. As soon as that red mask comes on, it's like he's just suffocating the poor guy. There's so much less room for Chico to really work with.
Absolutely. Planning to get rush here in just a minute. Definitely wanted to use it right about now. That's definitely going to confirm into a 270 rush.
Now he's got... This is going to be a rough place though now. Tame might just want to play safe and not really have too much of a KO happen, as he definitely wants more rush so that he can go into this next round with at least some advantage.
Absolutely. In the second game, Chico starting off with rush. Still going to stick with the zoning though, make sure he kind of keeps himself relatively safe. He's that yellow.
Especially, a lot of what Chico really capitalizes on the rush is just punishing big moments of weakness, not necessarily making strong reads, but being like, alright, you threw out both your arms here, I'm just going to capitalize on that.
We're kind of seeing right now, going full in with that rush, that 355, along with the follow-up juggle for 20.
And now Chico just looking for a little bit more damage.
He's just trying to find something, tries to go for the rush, but Chico landing that block just in time. Away from harm's way.
Tame just not finding that opportunity to get that red mask on. Finally finds that chance. He's got a tough battle though, as Chico just about has rush ready. And that's going to be it. That grab coming out just a little too slowly.
Yeah, I thought maybe he just had that opportunity to have enough time to go for a grab, but Chico recovering just in time to act out of it and secure that win. 2-0 for Chico, but moving on to fight Astro. Losers finals, best of 5.
Indeed. And up to this point, we've had basically just unique matches all the way up. So after this match is going to be our first repeat, and either way you look at it, it's going to be a rematch for either player. Chico wanting some revenge, Astro probably wanting some nice revenge too.
Absolutely.
If my voice sounds... If my voice sounds different, it's because I'm talking alongside Cold Stare, which means that he's also got his voice in here for more conversation.
That's how that works, definitely. I am here as well.
Well, yes, that's what I was saying, Choice. Tame, I need you to leave the lobby, please, love.
Let's go ahead.
We can't
go in here.
We can't get thank you. Couldn't get Astro in here without that.
Only done that a few times. Just forget I'm in the lobby. Just there for like 20 minutes.
Everybody's just kind of like awkwardly sitting there staring at you like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Oh yeah. You just go out to eat somewhere, drive away, and you realize you're still in the lobby.
Just like you're in the middle of a sleep, and one of your dreams, you're just you're still in the lobby, and you're like, oh wait, I never left this lobby, and then you just move on to the next dream, and you completely forget again.
How that goes. The vicious cycle.
It just never ends. You wake up in the morning, you're like, oh yeah, I'm still in the lobby.
I'm still in the lobby, that's right. I gotta go check. Yeah.
But there's a washroom right between you and that lobby, so you're like, I'll just stop by the washroom first.
I gotta go.
And then you
go. There you go.
And then you come out of the washroom, and then you're like, well, I'm hungry, so I need to go have breakfast. You go eat, and before you can go to the lobby, you're like, oh snap, I gotta get to work.
So it's just 8 hours, and you're just there. And you're like, oh, I'm hungry again. You see the Taco Bell sign. You're like, I guess I should eat one more time before I go home. You never know what will happen. Go out. You're still in the lobby.
And then you get home, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I guess it's time for me to play now. And then you walk up to your console, and then your alarm reminds you, you're like, oh yeah, I've got an early shift tomorrow, I should probably go to bed. So you walk off, you're still in the lobby.
I got no time for leaving the lobby. I gotta go sleep. Gotta get my beauty rest.
And you're just still in the lobby, just always in that lobby, just haunting you day in and day out. This music just slowly continuing to play. You start hearing it everywhere you go, but you're still in that lobby. You've never left the lobby. It's still there.
Still there.
Until one day Nintendo shuts down the servers.
Sad day. It's yeah, that's like a. It's like something out of The Shining.
Just the darkest of timelines.
Not okay.
Everybody else is just in the lobby the entire time. They're just looking at you. They're concerned. They're worried about things.
Worry. They don't want you. They want you to stop, but you can't. You gotta...
They can't communicate with you. They went onto the Nintendo voice chat app, but you're not there because you're out doing work and everything. So they're just calling out your name, but they can't reach you because you're not in the lobby, so you can't voice chat with them.
You're stuck in that limbo of being in the lobby, but also not in the lobby in the app. There are too many lobbies. You can't join both of them.
Yeah. And it looks like we are set up. We are going to have our first match between these two in Mausoleum. Yeah, Mausoleum.
Mausoleum, alright. Should be good.
Hopefully we're not in this lobby that long. I'm pretty confident we won't be.
Probably not. Unless if I get hungry. I can't promise that.
Oh no.
It might happen.
I can already sense this. It's gonna happen.
Oh man. I don't know.
I'd say I'll remind you, but I fear that I might also be stuck in the lobby then, because I might forget. I might just kind of go off and make myself some soup and watch some YouTube.
That is the one thing that's the most tempting when you're in the lobby.
Yeah.
But anyhow.
What's also tempting though is this matchup right now.
Amazing segue. Right now we got Chico versus Astro. Coil versus Low up top. Right here. We'll have to adapt a little bit. He hasn't come across a Coil so far in this bracket, so I have to adapt just a little bit.
We have seen this matchup before, but very differently. Generally, not in this bracket, but a lot of people definitely can look at Twin Purse Astro matchups and be like, that's probably a pretty common one. Twin has played against Chateau, but this isn't Twin 5-0 we're talking about right now. This is Chico that's playing, and he's got a... Well, there are some similarities. Overall, his loadout and playstyle is very different, and we're seeing a lot of that already, as he started off with a bit of a health lead and just effectively outboxing Astro.
Yeah, it's a very different beast altogether. He's gonna get hit by that 275 rush, gonna even things up in terms of health. Astro gonna take the lead, put Chico in the red, go with his usual kind of smothering techniques that he likes to put against his opponents on the wall.
Indeed. Chico's starting to push him back into the corner though, just slowly slipping out of the way, kind of forcing Astro to go back into the corner and really getting himself into a much more advantaged state. Astro gonna be able to catch him out with that rush though. Chico, maybe a little too greedy there, just was not able to get himself safely protected in time.
Yeah, and I think also you just kind of misaim that nade just a little bit. Maybe if you can secure that contact against Astro, he could have made himself a little bit better protected. So, gonna only deal out some chip damage. Gonna deal out some pretty good hits up close here to keep Astro at bay.
Utilizing the bird truck and the nade just well enough in a way to get some nice angles, and is just kind of keeping up with a double bub boxing, and is going to be able to slip right out of that rush. Just very on point with that reaction.
Really, really strong. Now Astro trying to do everything he can to make sure Chico cannot do anything else. He already has built his rush up though, so he's going to have to find some sort of opportunity if he wants to get a significant health lead. Almost gets it, but gets hit by that third bug sneaking up on him.
And he's gonna get caught up by this rush. Astro gonna be able to capitalize on that quick exchange in the last 10 seconds, and that's really gonna be what determines this first game.
Definitely. Strong stuff from Astro in the first game here. See what we will be picking in terms of stages and possibly in terms of any counter picks.
Yeah. That Chico's loadout actually worked exceptionally well. It doesn't seem like something that should be able to keep up with Astro, but Chico just found ways to make it really work out for him. He got some really good trades.
Yeah.
I'd say 2 or 3 plays could have easily turned the game from Astro's win to Chico's win, especially considering how close those all were.
Yeah, especially in like close range, you see stuff like Birdchuck and ending up being going really well. Just having a really fast close range arm like that, it's been really helping him out. He's gonna go with Sparring Ring, maybe try out a little bit of the same stuff and a little bit of a similar to what was going on in Mazo.
He's gonna switch the nade over for a Tri-Blast. It could be a bad idea, especially with Astro sticking with Double Bub, but I can see the reasoning behind this, as if he can just find his way around those bubs, it's going to help him really poke Astro out and just get more damage in.
The only thing is, I think it's going to be a lot harder for him to find the angles he needs to against someone like Coil. Not quite going to be against the same against like Masongo or whatever, getting those good elevation angles. So might be a little bit harder in that respect. Seeing a little bit of that right now. Astro in the health lead. Boxing pattern so far.
Chico not too far behind though, only 25% health difference. A couple of quick hits or a strong rush could easily put that in his favor, especially as he's going to eat through a second of Astro's rush. Just not able to find a chance yet, but he finally finds that opportunity, connects for 290, and now has just quickly evened out those health pools.
Yeah, really good stuff right now. Chico gonna get a little bit of that health lead, staying afar, but not quite able to box his way out with the double bub here. Really,
a couple of quick hits though.
In the right. Oh my god! Wow. Yeah.
Poking him. The poke just right through Coil. Astro has to get some damage. He's not gonna get it. Chico takes the first round here.
Yeah, I don't think we expected that Tri-Blast poke at all. That was
Noah completely caught me off guard.
Really catching Astro off guard too in a lot of different ways. It's just kind of keeping a catch on what Astro is trying to do just so well. It always manages to sort of go over or under in some capacity.
Yeah. It's even with Coil having the vertical movement that she has, just able to keep up with characters like Lolopop. Like, Jiko's finding his way around these. Except that one. That one not going to work out very well for him.
Not quite. 25 damage rushed. He'll get a nice little charged Tri-Blast to pick things up a little bit, though. With a follow-up one in the process. Maybe.
Jiko just continue. Yeah, Jiko continuing to hold on to that moderate health lead. Well, not a moderate one. It's just a little bit. But if Jiko lands another rush and Astro misses another of his rushes, this pretty much will be Jiko's round.
Ooh.
Oh, not even gonna. Does get the shield break, but only 25 damage off of that.
Chico probably won't complain too much about how that went.
No, I'd say he's pretty happy with how that one went.
Yeah.
And with only a handful of seconds left, Jiko just looking to try to time Astro out. That's a shield breaker. There it is.
That's it. Absolutely going to do enough. Chico will tie it up 1-1 so far. Best of 5 still, so we got quite a few matches ahead of us.
Yeah, Jiko's movement just truly exceptional. Just finding his way through so many attacks. And stuff like that. It's some of my favorite loadouts is Tri-Blast, or Tries, Chucks, Manders. Things that have a lot of high shield pressure, because you get to that point where it's like, you really just need to get that little bit of damage, like 100 damage or so. You know your opponent's not going to let you do that. So you're just like, well, you're kind of in a corner right now, so I'll just throw out the rush. Now you have to shield. Oh, look, I broke through your shield. You're down.
Yeah, definitely set up some movement on Chico's side. Adapting really well to what Astro was doing and just kind of keeping his cool in the corner. Really making all the difference.
Mm-hmm. Either that, yeah, or it just, they recognize the fact that a shield breaker is coming and they have to do something, which at times could actually leave them even more vulnerable to even more damage from your rush if they choose to make a call, and it being one of the likely wrong choices that they choose to make.
It's just sort of like a checkmate in situations like that, because the opponent at that point really can't do anything. Because either way, they're just going to have to suffer something that might cost the round.
Yeah.
Astro changing it up a little bit, going to switch out his left butt for a roaster. Maybe to get a little bit more of a guidance and some snipes from long range, which is where Jiko has really been against him on.
Indeed. And with this being Temple Grounds too, just that high speed is going to be a lot more beneficial to him.
Absolutely, it's a lot easier for him to dodge that Tri-Blast like that. Gonna break through the pillar with that rush. Doesn't quite deal a finishing blow, but 250s. Definitely nothing to scoff at in terms of damage.
That's a very solid rush, especially as Astro just continues to run this lead and is going to take this first round just dominantly.
Yes. Absolutely. We see, yeah, same set from Astro. Chico gonna switch it up with a nade instead of a Tri-Blast. Gonna recognizing Tri-Blast not gonna do too much on this stage. More kind of meaty, I guess, with his reads.
Oh, Jiko missing out on the finishing touch there. Does get 250, but especially if he got throughout the nade and had that connect, that would have been so much more damage. Astro would already be at 50% health instead of just over.
Definitely. See Astro way up close, trying to find something here.
Jiko just quickly dodging out of the way of so many of these attacks and just getting these really nice pokes. Astro getting a couple of good hits in himself, though.
Absolutely. Kind of taking shelter in the only pillar that's left is now gone. Everything's just all out in the open now, leaving Astro to be a lot more comfortable. Gets hit by that nade explosion, canceling out the rush.
That cannot be a comfortable thing that just happened to the poor guy.
Yeah, no, this is definitely not too good for him. He's got to eat that rush here. Probably not going to do it. 330. Almost at that match.
If Chico got the finishing touch on either of his arms, he's going to get it here, though.
That's going to...
But that... Go ahead.
Going to do just a little bit more on that other hand, no matter how much he things didn't quite go in his way with that rush.
Yeah, that was just a little too close for comfort. Heading into this next round, Chico gonna start off with an exceptionally late lead. Just one charged Tri-Blast versus a charged Bub.
We see Astro changing back over to the double Bub, just really wanting to win some boxing exchanges and just kind of hope for the best on that regards. You can see him just going all out at close range.
And sees a moment to go in for that rush. This is a pretty important round for Chico, as right now he is in the disadvantage in rounds, which means that if he loses this, that means he gets an advantage pick. Let's say he wins that. Chances are in his favor that he will, if we see how things have been going. But then next is another Astro pick, which if Astro recognizes that Chico might have some good plays here and it's working out for him, maybe Astro's not going to pick Temple Grounds again, which means that Chico's going to have to face off somewhere else that might be worse, which means that Astro's even more likely to be moving on to Grand Finals.
Yeah, and I mean, it is at all, very possible that Chico can be able to win on that stage pick, but it's going to be in his best interest to make sure that does not happen statistically. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen for Chico. Astro will get that rush in, secure the win in this third game, 2-1. We'll be choosing the next stage.
And now Chico needs to make a good pick. He's got to pick the right stage to be able to get through this. The last stage that he probably won on, Astro's probably going to ban that one along with one of these other picks, because that stage just did not work out well for him. And there goes Sparring Ring off the list.
Yep. Does not want to go back there. Mazo again, but that was something that Astro was definitely really comfortable with as well in that stage against so we'll have to see. It'll be interesting to see what Chico will choose from this list.
And it's going to be Buster Beach.
Buster Beach. All right.
This is an interesting pick. I know this is a good stage for Coil in a lot of cases, but this is also a really good stage for Lollipop. Her movement just... Well, she does have to consider the bumper a little bit more. Lollipop just has a lot of good options here, and it being such a long stage really allows her to capitalize on some of her abilities.
Yeah, it really does. I think it helps Chico's Lollipop, especially with the way he moves, so it should be interesting to see how it goes. Looks like we got a different sort of loadout. I'll be moving on to use Buff here.
A little bit more willing to just box it out with Astro, kind of recognizing what's going on here.
Yeah, gonna rely on the homing just a little bit, kind of try to win a little bit of those, maybe try to make it easier to bait out Rush against Astro and just win a lot of these exchanges, yeah, like you said.
And so far, working out pretty well as he's gonna get the first few hits in. Astro's starting to come back, though, gets a couple of quick hits of his own.
Yeah, we see Astro already having Rush out here, trying to find some sort of opportunity, throwing out grabs, trying to intimidate fiercely with them.
This height disadvantage actually working out for Chico a little bit more. I'm seeing a lot of pokes go in that Astro just can't hit because he keeps aiming too high.
That's working out just a little bit. Chico's pretty comfortable in the hot pockets when he needs to be. He's gonna try to land a rush here, but doesn't quite deal as much damage as he probably would like.
But he's still holding on to the lightest of leads, and has Astro just about in critical. Gonna get caught up by that rush though.
65.
Chico still quite a ways away from a rush of his own, and does not have enough health to take a single hit more. That almost connected, but that Tri-Blast just saving him narrowly.
And we're gonna
Astro thinking he was gonna go in for a safe poke, but Chico able just to graze it off. He's gonna get the round off of that.
I just decided to just rip Rush right there in the middle of what he was doing. Astro maybe thinking that he wanted to get a little closer. Opportunity to kind of give him what he wants.
That said, Astro going to be advantage in this next round. Chico might not be too worried about this one, just wants to make sure that he's got rush advantage going into this next one, unless he can just find a way to poke right in and completely take the second round and 2-0 Astro to claim his second game.
Yeah, I think it could be very possible. The hopefully is pretty significant, but I think Chico can be able to find a way to make a comeback if he so desires. Just needs to opportunity, switch the momentum, and just kind of go ham from there.
I think a lot of what Chico's going to want here is just to potentially take the KO here, because he's got rush advantage and a huge health difference that's going to be monstrous to take. So he's definitely going to just kind of dive right into there, accepting that so that he can potentially have a bit more advantage in this next round.
Yeah, we see Astro kind of starting at the very end here. Be a little bit easier for Chico to corner him and find something here, which we'll see right now. 275 rush.
It's especially difficult too, as Astro just building up rush so much more quickly than Chico. So he's got to be more on point at defending from these rushes and making sure his lands so much more, as Astro's just kind of gunning these out at times.
Absolutely. Give him a little land rush here for 245 as well, evening things up just a little bit, trying to settle the score.
And gets a quick poke in with the bub and the roaster now, just kind of cementing himself a nice health lead. The stage not working out as well for Chico as he was hoping after that first round.
Absolutely. Just trying to find something. Both players getting their rush. Astro wanting to end it as soon as possible. He doesn't quite find his mark. Chico able to side dash pretty effectively.
Gonna be able to connect there. Gets the 265. Both players once again just super close to each other in health. Almost gets caught by the roaster twice. And he's gonna start poking ahead of Astro.
Yeah, that tri-blast keep finding its mark in ways that Astro just does not expect.
Astro slowed down considerably, just trying to make sure that he gets this rush to connect. But Chico gonna be able to safely block it, and gives Chico the rush. That's not gonna be a shield breaker, but this allows Chico to hang on just barely in the lead. Astro has to make the call here.
Now what's it gonna be here? Chico in the very slight lead, and it looks like he's going to take it. And
Astro might have made a bad play by going in for that rush chip damage.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. Probably didn't quite recognize Chico would get a rush of his own, going for his chip damage as well. That is going to be 2-2 so far. Final game will decide it all. It just all depends on what Astro will be choosing here.
Indeed. It looks like we've got Temple and Via Dolce banned. Chico definitely not wanting to go back to Temple grounds after that. I'm guessing Mazo is going to be the next stage. I was going to guess DNA Lab, but it looks like Astro has different plans in mind. This is actually, again, this is a really good stage for both characters. Neither will get cornered too well. Both have so many open opportunities to fully capitalize on this stage.
Yeah, and I mean, with Chico being more comfortable fighting Astro than he was in the first game fighting here, I think he does feel a little more confident just going at him in a sort of stage like this in general.
And both of them actually have a couple of changes in. Astro's going to go in with the Popper. That can be a scary thing for Chico to play against.
Yeah, I think Popper's going to be a big factor in sort of Astro's advantages here. I think there's a very good chance of him kind of taking this on top, depending on how he uses it. We're seeing it right now. He already chips Chico's health down to like at least half.
Yeah, below half, and he's got a rush ready. Just gonna straight up capitalize on it. Gets a strong grab. And another one, just recognizing these solid windows. This is borderline perfect. He's just looking for one more hit.
So wanting to save his rush, of course, here with such a lead. Chico gonna eat that Popper at the last second. Astro's gonna get that perfect. For round Astro potentially could move him on to grand finals for that salty run back.
That popper just worked exceptionally there. Chico was not ready for it in the slightest, but he's got a coolerang here. That's going to help him out a little bit more. He has to get it to aim, though.
Definitely could not have aimed it well like that at that distance. So Astro able to dodge it pretty easily. Again, trying for these pokes. Chico.
Oh, gets the punish!
Yeah, really responding well to that.
Just knowing exactly what he had to do there, and senses Astro's fear there. Gets a nice grab punish. This is just getting even closer and closer with every round.
He's not out of the game just yet. He's got a few more surprises, and he definitely does not want to come out of the run so easily.
But Astro gonna get another punish on that rush. Chico's still not really figuring out exactly how he wants to line things up, ends up missing the read there. And now has to be careful as Astro ready with the rush. Any rush damage is going to put Astro in an advantage. Chooses to give Chico an immense boost in rush though off of all those chip hits. And Chico just about ready with another rush of his own.
That popper just doing so well to fend off against the Tri-Blast too, which has really just been the main thing, kind of flipping Astro during his movement. And it just seems like kind of throwing out has been really helpful for him.
Oh, I think that's gonna cement it. Yeah,
it.
Chico gonna go in for the rush. That's gonna do a shield break. Goes in for the grab, but Astro just has to throw out. Actually, Astro's still in the lead here. And is going to time Chico out, and will be moving on to face off against Griff.
I could probably say he might have thrown out a grab, but I don't think the time was that long enough to be able to warrant that. So definitely no real great of a chance for Chico to take it back. Astro, grand finals. See if he can get that run back against Griffical, who's over in the winner's side.
Actually, let's see. Let's play a little bit of a thought experiment. Let's say I feel like Chico might have potentially been able to get that. He would have had to back down, like after lining the grab, he would have had to back up as far as possible and then try to get a read on the grab, or just like throw out an uncharged Tri-Blast and Birdchuck, and he might have been able to take it that way.
Yeah, it is possible. It all kind of depends on how well Astro reacts to it on such a long range. So I think that kind of is a important consideration, but could have been, definitely would not have been easy for Chico. High pressure, high stakes, very low odds situation there.
Oh yeah, no, it was like I don't think many people would be able to get that planned out properly.
It'd be very hard.
Alright, hang on, I just gotta... Bam. Alright, so we're gonna be going into the grand finals now. Astro in the lower end, which means he's gotta get not only a bracket reset on Masango, he's also gotta take him a second time down, where Griff only needs to claim a single set to take the 13th Scrapstar series.
Yeah, Astro essentially will have to work, I don't know, maybe like twice as hard, I guess, if he wants to like win this bracket. At this point, Griff is in a pretty good spot.
Especially after the last round where Griff kind of just took Astro down 3-1, which is not somewhere you want to be starting things off with in this match.
Definitely not. It's like right now they're going back to Buster. Buster being a pretty popular map for those two. Seen them go on there quite often. Here.
Can we get some Misangos in chat for the Misang game as we start things off? Astro going to go in with the popper again.
Yeah, he's feeling pretty confident in maybe seeing if this could do just enough against Griffical here. Although I think Griff's been really spot on with his boxing in general. It could be a lot harder for him to really try to find those pokes when he can.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to work out a lot less well against Griff. Not only because of that, but Griff isn't jumping in the air nearly as much.
Right. Very grounded play style.
He's just playing very patiently. He sees what his opponent is doing, and then he goes in for the nice punishes himself.
Definitely. Most here, little by little though, Astro kind of getting some of these sort of opportunities to land something. It's a very slight health lead. The rush in tow, kind of a little bit of insurance to see something. Should he desire.
Astro just barely dodging out of the way of so many of these attacks, and Griff also just kind of getting away out of so many of these. Neither one really getting too strong of an opportunity. Griff just jumped right over a popper. You don't jump over poppers, but he just did it.
That's where there we go.
Timer is ticking down though, and this doesn't look like it's going to be in Griff's favor.
Yeah,
as
definitely not.
There's no way you can do that much damage in 10 seconds unless your opponent literally is stationary and you're speedrunning.
I mean, pretty much. I think that's just the only way you have to. Astro building up enough charge before, or enough rush rather, before the first round ends, putting him at a pretty even rush advantage.
Yeah, that was. In that case, it might have been wiser for Griff just to take those hits to try to make sure that he had a bit more rush advantage in this one. That said, when Astro's building up rush, he just builds it up so quickly that sometimes it's just not even worth worrying about.
Yeah, probably only could have taken like 2 seconds for him to build it up anyway, so that is a very good point.
By now, Astro would have already had rush, so it probably would have made little to no difference.
Gonna go ahead and land rush here. Doesn't quite find his spot though. Astro is just gonna glide right past him at close range. Mess up the camera and really kind of a dodge out of that.
Griff holding onto a light lead here, gets another well-aimed nade, and is just like patiently trying to see what's gonna go on. Gets caught by the grab though, just not reacting fast enough. A second grab, leaping right in. Astro quickly trying to balance things out. Sees the moment for the rush, but Griff gonna be able to safely get out of the way and punishes with another double nade punch.
Griff going off at a strong lead right now. Astro kind of blocking over to the side, trying to think maybe what he wants to do next. Be a bit of an uphill battle from here.
Quite literally, as he was on the lower end, Griff gonna get one more hit out, and now balances out the score. The double nade just canceling out that popper handedly.
And we're gonna see him switching from that to a toaster here. Just to maybe abuse that retraction just a little bit in those boxing exchanges.
Yeah, this is definitely to kind of balance out the fact that both players are like really deep in these boxing matches right now. Griff gonna come out on top with his rush first connecting. Gives him a little bit more time to build up a rush of his own. He's gonna be able to safely block Astro's rush too, so that's just chip damage feeding into his rush even more.
And Griff gonna continue on the boxing, make sure he kind of places those nades in the most kind of awkward ways for Astro to sort of maybe move into.
And just kind of forcing Astro to continue punching back. And whenever Astro just hesitates in his action, it's a nade to the face, it's a nade to the side, it's some chip damage, it's a rush. And Griff just slowly bringing himself into a confident position here. And Astro trying to use that rush to protect himself, not going to be able to do that. Griff's rush just coming in before the retraction happens. And now Astro in an especially detrimental position.
Really bad stuff for Astro right now. Don't think there's a good chance of him winning this. 21 seconds on the clock. Unless if he plays phenomenally, gets the kind of all the reads here, but doesn't look like that'll happen. Got a
looks like
mean 1-2 counter from Griff to close out this game.
Looks more like Griff is going to get the reads at the last moment. Recognizing Astro's impatience to bring things back, and that's going to allow Griff to get a game point.
I'll certainly do it.
Hang on. It looks like we've got issue here. Astro wanting to report something. I've got to look into this. Let's see. What's going on this?
This is another California player, Canada player match. Now I think about it.
Yeah, this. Hang on. Oh, he's not even here. I
Yeah.
think he just threw a tantrum and left.
Either that or I don't know, maybe he's resetting his router, but I mean, it could be, yeah, it's either one of those two things.
I could be mistaken on that. But...
The influence of the Misang gang is very strong for sure. Just pushing people right out of lobbies and everything. Very strong.
yeah. Alright, well, I guess that's it. Griff going to take Astro down 1-0 in a best of 5.
Really superior in there. It's a very impressive thing to take someone down in the best of 5 like that, 1-0.
Very impressive plays from all players all around. Ramblings aside and Salt. Grifficle is going to take first place in the Scrapstar series, number 13. Astro taking a formidable second and just playing exceptionally. Chico taking third place. Just some amazing plays from all three players.
Yeah,
I would like to...
Yeah, they're all very evenly skilled. You could tell the three of them. Any one of them could have been come out on top.
I was actually going to say, we could do one of those, or me and Cold could go in against Griff and have battles with him to finish the arguable best of 5.
That'd be good. I'm down with it.
I want to play against Griff. Let's do that.
Right. Go watch.
So, to celebrate the Misang Gang victory, I think I'm going to have to switch over to Misango. Griff, do you want to play with us? Commentator battle and you commentate? Okay. Griff, get into walkie, and we'll get things going.
It's sorted.
Tame can also join for commentary if he wants.
A party over here.
Griff is in chat now. I can't hear Griff. He's not
hello.
making noise.
I
There's
just
Griff.
speaking. Masan gang. We out here.
It's over here.
Masan, let's go. Thug finals.
Okay, wait, who's fighting though? I'm confused. Tame popped in here.
Son, let's go.
Me and Cold are gonna fight. You two are gonna commentate.
Okay, wait, Tame,
Right.
get in here.
Oh, Son
I
goes.
need
Okay.
co-commentator. I can't do this on my own.
Yeah.
Right.
We have to have the matchup in Temple Yumpo
Oh, you know, you're right.
Oh yeah,
You're very
absolutely.
right.
Okay.
There's no other
Or
way.
it's all set up. We got Tame Dane get into walkie. And then once you're in walkie, then I'll start things off.
Sorry if I cough at all or
Get
if my
all the
voice
boys
sounds
in
off.
here.
I'm recovering.
Ah, it
from
is
sickness
fine.
Still.
You're the champion of this Scrapstar. You can cough in chat as you need to.
Not even illness can hold the Masan gang back.
Griff, what are your thoughts on Masengo becoming top tier because of your actions?
No! Never!
Alright, Tame's in
He's
here.
staying
Let's go.
low
There we
tier
go.
forever, my beautiful baby.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello.
Yep, you sound
Yeah.
good.
Tame.
I promise for you, Griff, I will keep him low on my tier list.
Thank
just
you.
for you.
Hey man,
but not
he's
too low.
exactly
I
in the
advance
middle
that
for me.
disrespect. I want to see one above the last slot. That's what I want. Oh, we see the respectful Sango Ditto both going for mask.
Is this supposed to be
Aw,
4
snap.
people at once?
Yeah. I mean, technically, we could have 4 people commentating right now.
That's, I feel like I'm gonna be talking over each other.
Believe going with
No
the
worries.
purest set with the blusher.
Won't be a problem.
Yes, I like the... Ooh.
I really love the blusher. We need to see it more.
Oh, it's cold.
Ah,
I didn't even
okay.
see. I thought that... I was like...
No, it's
I
not
saw-
cold out. It's actually pretty warm out right now.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
around
actually,
May. It's not too
surprising.
bad. May the 6th of May be with you, am I right?
Yeah. Gamer.
Oh, yo, let's go!
Oh,
The blusher grab.
that's a
That's
sexy clutcher grab.
I nut.
Ah, snap.
I nut poison.
Oh, good.
No!
That's another good grab. I retract.
I'm in there.
the nut.
We're in there.
Oh, let's see this yellow mass pressure going on. Let's see what Malik can do. Has rush. Knocks him out. Puts on the red mask. Dude, Masango's
Very
too
good
strong.
position for Maliv.
Oh, that's it. Catch that landing. Oh,
Ah.
just barely misses the Glusher.
Oh, the
No!
reverse grab.
My Glusher
Yeah.
missed!
The Glusher betrays.
That Glusher too slow. Oh, the pillar
man,
ditto.
don't-
Ow! That can go right over your pillars. He don't care.
Yeah, Masango's defaults are really good with pillar. A lot of interesting zoning things you can
It's
do,
almost
especially
like-
with Scorpio.
They were designed for it.
Weird.
Oh,
Blue mask.
Time it out. Can Maliv get the final hit with the nade?
no! I didn't realize that how little health I
Are
had.
you guys both gray? Oh no, one's green. Okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't believe you weren't purple, Cole. That's like Kid Cobra
Listen,
as
all
close
the
as it
Masango
gets.
ults are valid.
I mean, I know. I gotta switch it up sometimes, you know.
I feel it. I go no, all just because. I don't know. I never really thought about it. With Min, I did it just because I'm edgy, because I like black men, and I'm very edgy, of course.
there's
That always
no
works.
incorrect skin
Ah.
on Masango.
True that. Masango's just never incorrect. You know?
Yeah, that's very true.
This guy got a 36 on his ACT.
If he makes a mistake, that's conditioning.
Believe
He
that.
wants you.
Very smart. Very smart dude.
Mind game you.
Yeah. Oh, I hit him. Time to go in. Nope.
You got.
Big brain.
Oh man, Cole.
Okay, believe.
Knowing that he cannot rush. Oh,
Believe the rush pressure.
Oh, oh!
Oh my
But-
goodness, playing King
Just
Cobra out here.
two, those two, what are they, mono rushes is what, I believe, Link called them, right?
Rats.
think so, yeah, the mono rushes.
Too hard
Ah.
to land those bad boys.
Gold with
Very
this
hard.
unrelentless red
Try to get
pressure.
some, like, Hydra land on there. It's very tough. I agree.
Oh yeah.
Believe finally picks up a mask. Oh, but so does Gold.
Oh man.
Peak
I
Masango
suck at
gameplay.
Oh,
I suck
man.
at Masengo pressure.
The dittos with the Sango are just so much fun. It's just so varied.
It's so waggy.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's like playing randoms, but at every moment of the match.
Oh, with a weird,
Yeah, now
really,
believe
really
with the
slow
advantage.
deflect that
Can
only
we
happens
time
in
it
front
out?
of you.
We time it out. Give him a taste of his own
The
medicine.
chip is
Oh,
possible.
the chip! Oh, dodges it entirely.
Ah!
Ah.
Yeah, I should
That's the blue
use
mask
Rush
in
by
its
saying he
effects.
should chip. We'll see.
Okay, round 3.
I'm gonna go back to the Glusher.
I like the tribal coming out.
You know, tribal
Really
Phoenix, that's
good.
an aesthetic. It matches his skin. He has 50% more HP.
Dang it. That's a lot of health.
Tribal's actually really fun on Masango because of all of the great confirms you can do, like with Super Dash, Blue Mask, Red Mask, it does 300 damage. If you confirm into it, it's nuts.
definitely
Sonic
feel
works
thoughts
with
for
every
sure.
arm.
Alright.
Name one other character that works with every arm.
Coil?
Mechanica.
Darn it. Never mind.
I guess Coil, I don't know, Coil doesn't really work with shields, right? You can't really clap
Yeah,
out
that's
the Coil. I
true.
feel like that'd be really
It
weird.
completely ruins elevation. Ooh, another.
Haha!
Alright, you're right, honestly, Griff. Only, I guess Mechanica's pretty good too, yeah. Mummy's got...
there's
Yes!
the arm.
Yes!
Oh,
Almost
just missing the
sealed it
last
up.
finish.
Grab him.
Gold
Oh!
is a mind game.
Oh!
He's not gonna
Grab him.
move.
Grab him. Grab him. Scoop him
It's the
up.
greatest mind game of them all.
Watch me stand still. Oh, the double red mask.
Gold playing very defensive.
One of
Does not want to
these.
take that last hit.
It's 30 seconds to chip this damage out.
Let me hug you.
Ooh, lands the fire.
Okay.
I just want the Mustang hug.
Oh,
there it is!
Yes!
No.
believe
Oh,
that's
choice.
the Songo NA.
Absolutely.
That's what this was
Alright,
for, right?
Griff.
Nice.
I thought that, yeah.
Griff.
That's pretty much it.
Oh wait, okay, I have to play against Griff now.
Oh,
Do
this
it.
is Thug Finals. Let's go.
The true Thug Finals.
I'm digging this loadout. This feels really fun to use. I might swap the boomerang out, but Glusher and Nate just feels so
We're all
jamming.
using different Nasongo skins.
Feel pressure.
Yeah, boy.
It's because we're all unique, beautiful individuals.
Oh, the default is gonna be the double.
Oh, okay.
Oof. I like
Let's
what
go.
I see. I like what I see. The Glusher on the
Pure
same
Nasongo.
arm for both fighters. Let's see what they do.
Crazy.
I'll still get the mask, boy!
That red mask will make it a little more difficult for Griff. But that
More sick than I am.
Oh
Much
yeah,
more
that
sick.
poison's back.
I am so sick of
At least
this.
you have free healthcare.
That is true.
Yes.
Yeah, you got
That
the
was
free
very
healthcare for the Canadians out there.
Oh yeah. I guess that makes Master Mummy Canadian because he just heals himself.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll, yeah, that's pretty much how Canadian healthcare, right?
I,
You
forget,
get,
I
like,
forget
spirits
that
up.
Canadians have mummies too. And, you know, it's nuts that they mummify their dead. I always forget.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Aw.
Weird to think about.
still.
Oh!
I did it.
Oh!
That was not okay. I'll grab it. Thank you.
Still
You're
has
welcome.
not gotten this red mask off.
I'm a Masango. I respect my fellow Masangans.
Ooh.
Oh,
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 yeah, I like
so much greed there.
Dare pick that up.
I like the
Dare pick
sounds,
that
but
up.
yeah, red mask is
Yeah,
big
red
boy.
mask is almost essential in this position. We'll hope.
Get up that mask.
Oh! Let's see it. Air dashes into red mask.
Oh, this is a bad idea
this
for a
is
mask right now.
Kind of still.
Yeet! Ah!
Got him.
I'm stopped.
Oh man, this is it. Believe about to get rushed. Gets rushed. 14 seconds on the clock. Let's see
An actual
and what mask he survived.
it made it.
goes
I
in
got
with the
baited.
roll.
Yo!
True, mate. I can't believe you can punish Scully armor track and not Tri Blast. Weird.
Dash refresh, let's go!
Yeah,
I
sure,
got-
sure, that's how that
Man, I got
works.
debated so hard.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time for.
All
Take care, Spenjo.
Alright, it's the graphical special with double scullies. This is gonna be deadly.
Chateau just won that tournament with using Scully. He was dominating that other coil. It was nuts.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah,
such a
I saw
scary arm, and it's so underrated by so many
I
people.
feel like I can't
which
use it
I'm
against
pretty
coil.
sure.
I don't know. It's just too accurate. I can't be that accurate.
Well, along with that slippery movement too.
Oh, I missed!
I believe you had it.
I didn't even realize it!
Oh, you had it.
No,
God,
Fizz!
Counter attack, rushed.
That was mean. I just did that in real life.
No, not
Ripping my
Alright.
face. Oh jeez, Double Scully's worst nightmare. Armor.
Real sick.
Basically.
Just got a bad cough there. The whooping cough.
Drats! No!
Moving cough.
Oh,
Go away.
that's the blue mask on. Ooh, no. The lead would now with the blue mask. Let's see what she can do.
Oh, the
Oh,
bait.
no.
Oh.
What?
Wow.
What?
Bullet brush?
Nani?
Bullet brush? In a
Nani.
nutshell.
Don't dare pick that up.
How it goes.
Oh, God.
Alright.
Gotta see this red mask.
Oh god. I was too locked into that. I should have
Round
dashed
two.
forward.
Here we go. Final.
Thug
round,
finals.
Oh wait, it's not
Oh,
over.
it's
Not
you
over
won.
yet.
All the way to the end.
What? I won one? Alright, we've got all the Masangan
Okay.
present. We got all the Masango.
Every single one right
Oh,
here.
I love Scorpio. It's so freaking fun.
Scorpio's
Nibbles is
great.
Absolutely
the
a
goodest of
blast.
boys.
It's such a fun zoning. Just deny space. And then you
Great.
can jump and curve that bad boy. Poison some boys. Oh wow, gets clipped by that explosion.
Oh no, I got nibbles.
Zoning is too strong with this
Triple
one.
stack. Oh,
That was
goes
good,
to
that was
the
good.
tank, but doesn't land it. Red mask on from lead. Let's see what she can do with it. Almost lands a Kratos close. No!
Ooh, good
One
grab.
grab down. Drift does have rush. Don't forget that move. Coaching.
Oh, that's yeah, that's Rip.
That's it.
The giant sickness. The bubonic plague claims another victim.
No stream
Very
knows how I
harshly.
actually play arms. I just make a lot of noises.
Yeah, that's the best way to commentate is just loud noises. Alright.
Who's next? Tame and Cold, losers bracket.
True.
Oh yeah, let's go.
All right, let me. Actually, I'm gonna use.
Well, I guess Tame never lost.
I lost to Jico. And
It's a
Astro.
bye in losers bracket.
Wait, what? I still missed what happened. I was talking to my stepfather
I
as.
turned on my lag switch and he rage quit.
That happens. It'll happen.
By the way, shout out to Rich Boy for the follow 30 minutes ago, and thank you Criticat for the host.
Hey.
Much love.
Very sweet.
All right, Cole, come catch these Masang hands.
We're doing all right. We're up next.
Oh, we're going. We gotta go to temple, of course. I forgot.
No, I'm just gonna sit here and grumble as Tame has yet to subscribe to me for the Masango emote.
Yeah, I wish. I need to throw subs everywhere. Once I get this summer, I can start working enough. Wait, no. All right, I'm going double buff.
Right.
Build up enough money to save up so that you can subscribe to Malik for an entire year, so that you can always have the Masango emote.
You got that? Those I'm playing ninja basically right now. I have my
Much.
ninja defaults on.
Misangra?
Oh, yeah.
Misangra.
Basically, mummy with the don't even mind the toaster that's there.
Yeah, Mummy has a toaster, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, they think it makes toaster. All toasters toast.
Canadians don't eat toast. Everyone knows that.
That's
Know
true.
what they say? All toasters toast.
We eat bread. Straight out the bag.
Raw toast.
Okay,
Yes.
what's your favorite kind of bread? Mine is sourdough.
I don't know. Honestly, I would have to really think about my bread choices.
If you live in America, your only option is cake because that's all your breads are.
True.
Just cake.
Yeah, all of our multigrain bread is literally just icing.
You buy a bag of bread and it just kind of sags a bit because it's.
Brad.
Alright, I got a rage quit. Cole just turned his LED switch on.
Yeah. I had to unplug it real quick.
This guy's like, Mom, hit the download. Alright. The only solution is a tri-blast, because we all know.
No, the only solution is to start dabbing vigorously.
Got my mom downloading.
I don't
stuff
know how to
here
dab
now.
in game without motion controls, but that's my next project I'll be working on. A video series.
Nice.
How to dab in arms.
Actually, on the note of making videos, I was doing some recording a week ago or so, and I just recently started looking back at some of the sound clips. If you are a subscriber to this channel, you get access to a special channel where, for the first time in literally the entire existence of that channel, it has a purpose now. It allows you to listen to one of the outtakes that happened while I was recording for this YouTube video.
Shout out to all my
That's
people
dope.
who live in Yokai Watch.
All those peeps out.
Shout out to the ARMS community and Yokai Watch.
It's an overlap, I'm sure.
Yeah, this is
Those
intense. We
guys.
got 2 blue masks. Oh,
Oh,
it's a
yo!
the
Going in
mask
there.
lag. Well, from the song.
thing. I guess I'm worse.
Like Sango.
No, you're
no,
just
I mean-
4th best. Same thing.
Fourth best.
Yeah, I don't know if ninja defaults are the move. I think I'm just gotta go with Masango defaults, man. That's gotta be his best kit.
Absolutely.
I mean, basically.
Do it against
It's-
Mummy.
You gotta get sick.
Whoa. The nade is...
Nade
in
is
certain
really
situations, the
good.
nade is really nice on there.
nice,
But, like,
Oops.
most of Masengo is just... He's worst tier, bottom tier.
The worst.
You take that back.
The bottom of the
He's-
tiers.
He's just... Well, no, that's just how amazing he is, that he goes all the way back to
Oops.
being the worst.
Oops. There we go.
So, what we doing? Are we?
We're gonna call it here.
Alright.
I'm tired.
Alright.
I
No
work
doubt.
tomorrow. I need to shower and stuff.
Oh,
That's
course.
it. I don't want my
games, let's go.
butt kicked.
Since you're all in here, thank you all for hanging out and everything. Gold, where can people find you on Twitter or various other places that you might be interested in?
Yeah, well, you can find me at Cold Stare KC. That's the Twitter handle. You can follow me for the memes and all that good stuff over there.
Oh, it's one of those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what's up.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm talking to the
I went
group here. He
double
just went double clutch around me.
Okay.
no.
Oh, contact. I see.
Oh yeah. This is
And
the Masango.
Griff, where can people find you?
They can find me at my personal address. I live in Alberta, Canada. I live on... No, I'm just kidding. I just have a Twitter. I post memes and sometimes not memes, but you only see the memes. That's all. anyone
What's the
cares
Twitter
about.
handle? At Griffical?
Yes. Oh!
Oh,
It's at Griffical ES.
And Tane, where can anything you want to plug?
I want people to go to Smash and Splash, and my Twitter is Dame Impala, I believe. Tame Dame,
Okay.
Follow us all on Twitter for memes.
go for it.
Yeah.
I don't
Be
really
sure-
post
I'll-
much, but I'll follow you back probably, and then pretty much it. I don't really check Twitter too often, but
Yeah.
it's a good time.
follow the
All right.
Mistake Gang on Twitter.
Absolutely.
Yes. Be sure to follow them.
I'm putting the sound gang
Alright,
in my tag.
and I would stop the stream here, but I've apparently decided to turn on Celeste, so now it's a Celeste stream.
Hey,
perfect.
let's go.